back. We are gonna get a little insight in some shadow elements. I had a shadow deck and I just don't know where it is, so we're just gonna read from my regular deck. And just get some basic insight on like what what we're facing and what we're kind of coming through with some of these lessons. We just had like, it's past. It's past. We had a lunar eclipse, then a solar eclipse, Mercury retrograde, all kinds of energies, like heavy energies all at once. But it's really allowed us to kind of take a step back and like even like kind of like pause, or even not even necessarily pause, but just kind of like reprioritize our focus. So the first card that we got here is this Nine of Pentacles energy. So there's really like a lot of like financial independence and reward and luxury coming in. Just because you have really kind of faced some of those harder lessons, and just being able to really focus and prioritize yourself on like the right path, and really doing the harder work, like the harder shadow work, like not just kind of like breezing through in life and just like pretending that you did the work and then didn't really do the work. Like you're actually doing the work. So that's why you're kind of getting this reset. And we did I won't talk about it too much, but we did get this death card on this on our TikTok reading. So it's basically telling you like, death, rebirth, profound change, a new chapter, like a reset almost. Not like, an actual reset, but you're basically resetting your own energy and just kind of like reorganizing, and again like reprioritizing, or not even reprioritizing, but better prioritizing your focus, so you can kind of face the challenges that you need to face right now, and just kind of like contemplate what needs to be done in what steps. So you're taking this pause for reflection and contemplation, so you can kind of like better understand like, hey, I have these battles that I need to face these battles, but we gotta face them one at a time. So we have the Four of Swords here. There's these other energies here, but there's our focus. Our focus is one step at a time. And that's where we gain momentum too. When we're allowing ourselves to be like prioritized and focused on like one thing at a time. Because having our like being spread out in all these different places, and it's funny because somebody did bring that up to me today, and I am totally guilty as charged. I'm totally guilty as charged. I can't do everything all on my own. I do try. I totally try, but it doesn't work out. So with that being said, like it's allowing you to kind of come with terms with that and allow yourself to like reprioritize your focus, so you're not like all over the place, really, because that can be difficult. That's a challenge itself. Just being all over the place and having all these ideas and concepts that you want to work on and bring together. Like, I get the creative energy, the creative flow is beautiful, but that's why I tell everybody to journal. Like, journal everything. You can always come back to a thought. You can always come back to something that's in your journal. Um, so I have multiple journals, and you do have. Oh, we got this four energy. I wonder what's going on here. We have the Four of Wands as well, so it's allowing you to kind of come to peace in terms, and just kind of look at like what's more important, like family, small circles, um, your immediate like friends, and just like what's actually needs to be celebrated and what brings peace into your life. Like you're able to really see those with much more clear vision, now that we've kind of stepped out of like the victim mindset and just faced a lot of our shadow work with grace. There's a lot of justice and just a lot of abundance coming in with this new chapter. So it's giving you a chance to change your destiny. It's really giving you an option to kind of carve your own path. Because a lot of the times, well, we feel like really defeated by the outside world, trying to keep up with the outside world. Like we compare ourselves to other people online, and what celebrities are doing, which, is really silly to do, but we do that. We do it all the time. Even when we're not trying to, we're always comparing ourselves to somebody that's shining brighter than us. So we have to remember that we are on our own path too. We are our own main character. We can literally carve our own destiny and just try to pave a way for what we want to experience. So again, spirit brings you through a lot of shadow work to kind of like break down some layers of yourself and just kind of do a lot of self-discovery and re-self-discovery. So it's going to break down a lot of layers, but it's trying to really understand and help you understand more than anything, help you understand what actually brings you joy and enlightenment and just greater things. Like what is it that really makes you happy and at peace? Like it will show you and reveal to you those things. So like those things that you thought, because we have all these attachments to like, you know, preconceived ideas of what happiness is and what is good for other people, and we expect it to be great for us, and then we try it and then we're just like, that's not what I thought it was going to be. And spirit knows a lot of these energies too, because we sign up for things. We won't get into that, but we sign up for things, and then we see something else and we're like, okay, I want to experience that. And then you do experience it and it's like, yeah, no, wait, that's not me at all. And like spirit knows these things about you. It's not going to tell you who you are either, because we're here for the solo individual experience. Spirit's here as a tool, as a guide, as a little bit of insight into the deeper unknown. Like that's how we can tap into deeper psyche, deeper consciousness, and just reflect on ourselves. So the twin flame situation, karmic relationships, they are always going to bring you back to your own shadow and show you more layers about yourself. So with that being said, like the sun is showing you how to shine. It is showing you how to come out of the doom and gloom, and just being able to be your main character again and just allow yourself that happiness that you deserve. So allow yourself like the small victories, and allow yourself to be confident, allow yourself to just appreciate the small things and be grateful for, even like the little details that you've accomplished. Like if you got out of bed today and you didn't yesterday, it took like you like 11 or 12, like be proud of yourself. Like, and then do some things that make you feel accomplished. I got up early. I have not been getting up early at all, and this is not that early. I got up at like 8:30 or something this morning, which I know is pretty early for a lot of people. It's not that early for me. I used to wake up earlier. I know. But anyway, that's my point. It's different for different people, but I was able to accomplish a lot. And, the last few days, I've just been staying in bed till like 12 and just going to bed like super early because I'm just like, nah. I don't feel like streaming and playing video games on Twitch. I don't feel like painting. I don't feel like doing jack. So I'm just gonna go to bed early. And, I woke up this morning and I got a lot of done and I feel better. I feel a lot better about myself. But it's that simple. It's allowing yourself to be grateful and appreciate the small things in life, and just getting out of bed sometimes. It's like that. Why wouldn't you appreciate that? Like if you have a lot of things to do, you should be proud of yourself for getting out of bed early. Cause wow, wow. Sometimes wow, most of the time wow. But we have this. I'm also wowing because of this. Sorry, the high priestess energy too. So it's bringing you into this clearer headed space, so you're a lot more insightful, you're a lot more in tune with your intuition. You're not like judging yourself for being intuitive, and just kind of knowing things before they happen, because sometimes we're prone to doubting that intuition just because we don't want to see somebody in a negative light. But when we start to accept our own intuition and we're just like, okay, yeah, this is why I was avoiding this energy, and then you realize, oh, I do have connection to spirit, and spirit is here to help me and guide me and just provide me some more insight when I'm more in tune with like my purity and my growth and my evolution, when I'm more in tune with that, Spirit's gonna show you so many things about snakes and people under the bush hiding things from you. It's gonna show you so much. And it's gonna allow you to be this energy again. It's allowing you to be the star that you always were. And it's inspiring you to be your own advocate too, because of what other people have either done or said about you or just wasn't there for you. Like a lot of that, and it's not all. And I want you to stray away from that too, because when I say that, I don't mean that you should just be like, blaming everyone else for all of the feats that you had to overcome. Because sometimes we do, but you can't just put all of that weight on situations, and because you were a participant, okay? We participate in our own downfall so often, so don't be pointing your fingers on anybody else for putting yourself in those situations, because the spirit's gonna teach you a lesson about that. I'm just saying. Like, be wary. Do your own, to each their own, but be wary of doing that, bro. Anyway, so we have the Hierophant too. So it's really kind of bringing you into this energy of High Priestess, High Shaman energy, and also just showing you like a lot more of like the tradition and spirituality, like the educational aspect of like growth and spiritualism, and just like your own journey. Like it's not all just based on like, oh, I did all the work, I deserve all these things, which, like, sure, that is a part of it, but we don't want to get like, yes, we want to embrace our ego, because that's what we do here. It's a real spirituality channel. We do embrace our ego here. But at the same time, you want to kind of be in tune with like what your purpose is, and this Hierophant is what teaches you more about like your own inner purpose and your place in life. So you're not like, egotistically teaching people all these lessons in life. Like, that's not your job. Okay? It's not spirit's job. It's not the universe's job. It ain't your job. Everyone's gonna learn at their own pace. Trying to force somebody to change is always gonna backfire on you. You'll learn that through your karmic relationships if you have not already. So just saying. Like you are coming into like this Hierophant energy though, so you can have like a better, higher understanding of like your purpose and place in life, so you can understand that, yeah, I am bringing some clarity to other people. I am a participant in other people's situations, so I can provide them with the information that they need to overcome situations, to provide them with the insight and clarity that they need to digest this information so they can make the choices to change. So that's what you always want to remember if you're doing tarot reading or energy, Reiki, anything where you're trying to help somebody or just give them advice. If you're just trying to give somebody an advice, like give them advice. Or just tell them to drink their water because they need to. Just do it. It's good for you. But seriously though, like it's not our place to just tell people like, okay, you know what? I've seen you in this situation with Timothy for like way too long, and at some point you just need a like. I get what sometimes our ego wants to project onto other people, but like they're not going to they're never going to receive that information the way you want them, and trying to enforce on them, like they're not going to receive that information. So it's best to just accept that, in life in general too, just to accept that people aren't going to, you're not going to ever force somebody to see what you see or what you think you see. So get past all the preconceived judgment. Get past a lot of the judgment on other people too. Yes, provide insight and clarity so you can make like good judgment calls for yourself. Like judging and like, projecting and all that sort of stuff. We're getting way past that anyway. So I'm not here to lecture anybody, but you know what I mean? Like these sort of things, like sometimes we just need a reminder to hear that sometimes. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm involving myself in situations that I don't need to, and I'm saying things that I don't need to, because these people, they ain't gonna judge. If they haven't learned their own lessons on their own path and journey, they ain't gonna learn it from me. So the Hierophant is really about understanding like the intuitive side of where you are and your place in the world. So like my place right here, right now, providing tarot readings for people who probably need a little bit more, to just make the decision, not even to make the right decision, to just make the choice. Because a lot of life is just about making choices. Now, getting past that, as I ramble on so much about, that, sorry. But it's important to really understand and then also not be your own worst enemy, because this inner dialogue, this actually came up too, in a different way. So, you see how this is like a child with a mask on, and it's kind of facing the like, okay, I just want to point this out here. This is a swan. Swan and geese are really mean creatures. They're very vicious creatures. They got a lot of squawk about too. Symbolism here, bro. Symbolism, it's important. But yeah, it's really trying to allow you to kind of be resilient with that inner dialogue, and that those childhood wounds, those childhood wounds that allow you to like attach yourself to situations or conflict, or like, let me slow down, cuz I don't want you to think that um you're able to be resilient with that sort of energy. So even if that inner dialogue isn't always your best friend, and this is something important to detail, like even though like your inner dialogue is not always your best friend, like be realistic, sometimes it won't always be your best friend. There will be situations that you felt you had zero control over, and your inner dialogue will try to snap and change on you, and make you feel like you could have done something that you didn't have the ability to do. So this is important to notate. You're much more resilient with that inner dialogue. So even when it is negative, and when it is kind of taking control, or is trying, it's attempting to take control, you take that control right back. Um so that is really important to notate. If you are doing like child trauma work, like a lot of that is super difficult to overcome. So really pat yourself on the back for that, because being able to overcome that inner dialogue, and I say this, I honestly, I don't know why, but I'm thinking the symbolism now, because I have mentioned this card and this bird a few times about it being the inner dialogue. I realize now, swans and geese, they're squawky mofos. You thought like ducks are pretty quiet and chill compared to these guys, and they're also mean. Like ducks, and I mean not, well, ducks are mean too, but swans and geese, I don't know what it is about them, but they're extra mean, and they squawk at you, and you don't want to be in their in their immediate environment, because they'll chase you. If you're a child, they'll chase you down, because they know your weakness. You're a small little being, and I'm gonna pinch you on the butt. Yeah, uh, okay, that came from somewhere real, obviously. I think that actually happened to me when I was a kid, now that I'm really thinking about it. But the point is it's like your inner dialogue. Like, it's literally here to kind of like challenge you, and like kind of like be your own worst enemy. But you see that, like, a lot of that you see because you have done like the harder work, and the creating like healthy boundaries for yourself and for your inner dialogue, and just being your own advocate. So you're a lot more resilient with that inner dialogue. That was funny how that came up. But it is true. Like example, I face that challenge all the time with my inner dialogue. Sometimes I'm my own I am my own worst enemy. I don't think anybody is a bigger enemy of self, of me, than I am. Really though, I don't think I've had I've had some people in my life. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think any of them really compared to this monster right here. So really, like, if you are wanting to kind of even work on this a lot even heavier, or do some more processing for that inner dialogue so you can really tame it, do some more mirror work. Mirror work is really great. And just when you do feel those triggers, allow yourself to understand like what the trigger is trying to trigger. Like whatever, realize what your triggers are and why they were triggering to begin with. And then that will allow you to kind of face that sort of dialogue, and just that change in your inner dialogue too. So it will allow you to just snap and realize like, okay, I'm having this moment now and I can see it, and I understand. Or maybe you don't understand exactly what triggered it or caused it, but you can see the beginning of why it happened because you're more resilient and understanding and more aware, self-aware of it. So it will provide you with a little bit more insight if you just hop into a little bit more shadow and mirror work. Wow. I didn't know these cards really came together like this. That's crazy. Oh shoot. They literally do too, because there's like green on the card. Is that painted on there? No, that's a part of the card. So these two cards like legit literally go together. I talk about this too. This deck, I love this deck. It is a really great deck. It's funny that I said it that way, but it is. It's a great deck. It's a little deck, but it's great. It's not about the size. It's about the message or the impact, whatever. Anyway, it's the Light Visions Tarot deck, and these have like some really cool images. It's hard to see, I know, I'm sorry. My camera doesn't focus that great, I don't know why. Anyway, these two go together. Sorry, I was saying that and not showing you the card, so you have no idea what I was talking about. There's like a little bit of green, and it flows on this side too, and I thought it was something that was stained on the card, and it's not. It's just a part of the actual image, so these like legit go together if I have them right. If I can balance them up right, you can see how the tree connects. I can't get it right in this freaking camera. It's really hard. There you go. I don't know so much, maybe not so much with that tree in the little fucking background, but everything else in this image like really goes together. I say that because it happens pretty often with this deck where the images come together and you kind of can see how these two cards connect in their own ways. So this one is the Ten of Cups. Bliss, harmony, alignment with others. And then we have, well, the Nine of Cups too was the first one. Oh, it's the 9 of, and 10. I didn't even realize that. I wasn't even paying attention to that. It's the 9 and the 10 of Cups. So, excuse me, sorry. I coughed right in the mic. So the 8 of Cups, sorry, the 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, let's start right. The 9 of Cups is really bringing you into this completed cycle and fulfillment, where you're like kind of sitting down and just like, oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful rainbow of cups. And I did that. I completed the cycle. I did the work. I deserve this fulfillment. I deserve this bliss. I deserve these connections. I deserve this harmony and just peace of mind in alignment with other people. Like, I deserve it now. Because I actually, I faced myself. I faced my own conflicts, and I saw more about like, what I can do to provide more change and embrace that sort of rhythm. Sorry. Allergies. Yeah, so it's kind of it's bringing you into this real like profound alignment where you felt like you were being aligned for such a long time, and maybe it provided you with a lot of like doubt because of the uncertainties involved with aligning yourself. because it's a lot of change, and it's a lot of rapid change too, so it can make you doubt, and maybe not like so much fear, but it can make you doubt a lot of things in your reality, and just your capabilities too, especially if you're not journaling and being grateful and really acknowledging your accomplishments, small and big. If you're not really taking the chance to soak in and be a part of like the everyday process, because sometimes we get so caught up in like redundancy and cycles and just doing what needs to be done, and just going into like the mode, um whatever you call it. Like sometimes we just get into this and we just like forget what days pass by sometimes, and you need to remember to like, if you're not remembering what day it is, or if like things are just kind of passing by like with a breath of an air, like sometimes you need to like refocus and realign yourself and slow down and process a lot of situations and information. Like, I don't care where you are in your journey in life, like how old you are, how young you are, like these things are very beneficial. Like just releasing things on a piece of paper is definitely what I recommend versus like online. Because I myself have been very guilty of that, and it doesn't provide you with the same sort of growth that you expect or think it does, sharing your information with everybody. Yes, you should share your information and have healthy outlets, but you know what I mean. um just to put that out there, like when you're allowing yourself to like journal, like even if it's something small, like just allowing yourself to like write down like, hey, I got out of bed early today, and I took a walk, I like exercised. It wasn't for that long, but I exercised and I took a shower, and then I did some chores. I did a lot of things. Like sometimes it's really important to give yourself credit where it's due, because we get so caught up in like everyday cycles where we just feel like everything is mundane and pointless. And that's something that you have to recognize, that is you becoming so comfortable with your current reality, and maybe there's some sort of change that you're wanting to experience, and allowing yourself to self-reflect allows you to see the things that you're wanting to actually experience, and allow yourself to kind of just come back to figuring things out, if that makes sense. I hope it does. But anyway, so we're gonna get one card from the Moon Mantra deck, and we'll end it here since we're getting into that 30-minute mark. Sorry, guys, I love you. I awaken from the slumber of darkness to be reborn anew with a clear and discerning heart. I prune what is no longer needed, standing raw and naked. I am washed clean by the rain, ready to begin tending to the new growth surrounding me. Did I already pull this card and say it again? Or was that from the reading earlier on TikTok? Y'all need to let me know, cuz I'm a little confused. I hope I didn't just I'm going to do one more just in case, cuz I don't honestly know if I pulled that card yet, cuz now I feel like it did, because I literally read that card earlier on her TikTok reading. So I'm skeptic. Let's just do one more card. Okay, here we are. This is the good one. Okay, when I take time for self care and replenishment, I increase my capacity to show up for myself and others when it matters the most. I choose to support my need for rest and integration without guilt. So you're allowing yourself to like, step out of that, like that cycle, and perform rituals. I love the concept and idea of rituals, because it the like it literally is making you do something that is different than what you normally do. A ritual isn't something that we do. Sometimes it can be something that we do every single day, but it's not a part of our everyday rhythm. It allows us to do something different in our lives and just kind of provide some new, fresh energy. And it's also very intentful too. So it allows you to really provide that focus and where you want um change or just freshen up some things in life. But yeah, so I this permits me to release burdens, nurture connections, and anchor my dreams in grounded, sustainable ways. So it makes sense for your reality. It's not just like creating this unfathomable dream that is unrealistic for you to obtain. Yes, we can dream big. Totally believe in that. However, there are steps that we need to take that need to be realistic so we can get to that end goal. So allow yourself to always look at the bigger picture, but also look at the details, the steps, and allow yourself like the journey, the gratitude, and acknowledging your accomplishments because it's so important. It seems silly, it really does, and I get it. I get that it seems silly initially. Um, like no matter like how hot of a head you have for yourself, I love you. Like you just gotta allow yourself to just count up your accomplishments sometimes, even if you are completely full of yourself, because like being realistic about what you're actually accomplishing and like writing it down gives you a much better idea of like perception, so you can actually physically see the information and digest it and process it. There's something just really powerful about writing things down. It's super empowering to write things down. I know I don't do enough of it myself, um, but I have my own platforms. I like to talk, because I'm actually an introvert, believe it or not. So I do like to talk on my readings more than anything, because it provides me a platform to express myself. So, and just release. So, with that being said, I hope this gives you like the insight that you need, especially during all this like shadow work. This was your shadow revelation for the evening. I'm just being silly, but yeah. I hope you did enjoy today's reading. I'm going to make this announcement at the end of the video, just because I made y'all watch 30 minutes. We are doing a server on Gilded. I'm going to be talking about this a lot. I'm gonna leave it at the end of the videos, though, so if you're a regular here, you'll know what to skip. Anyway, so we're doing a server on Gilded where we're going to have, like, alchemy, education, um, witchcraft education, spell work, tarot reading, if you're into energy, Reiki, yoga, health, lifestyle. We're just here to provide a giant community for people who are like interested in actually providing profound change for themselves and their life, not like, cookie cutter dreams, like realistic dreams, dreams that make sense to you as a person and things, and we'll have ways to reach those goals, and it is a growing community, so I do want to put that out there. But yeah, please join our server because we are looking for readers, tarot readers, astrologists, Reiki, energy healers. Like, we already have a lot of writers, or not, I won't say a lot of writers, but we do have some currently active writers that are actually, putting themselves out there on that platform. So there's already a lot of information. I have my own experience in mushroom therapy, where I did treat some of my symptoms of PTSD, trauma, bipolar bipolar, um, borderline personality disorder, BPD, where I faced a lot of those sort of challenges and things with natural holistic remedies, self therapy through mushroom therapy. So there is like a lot of information based around that, and I do have content related to that too if you want some more information. But there's a little article on there that it will provide you with a lot of information for like self meditation and healing. So I just want to put that out there so you have an example of like some of the great stuff that we have on there. There's a lot of other things too. So I just want you to just consider joining us and being a reader or a writer. Like, you don't have to be an expert. There's a lot of tools in there to help you become a better reader. But I will put this out there. There's no such thing as like a perfect reader. Everyone is encouraged to use discernment and, kind of take what they want from a reading. That is my strong belief. I know everyone else has their own idea of what tarot reading and, spiritual work could and should be. However, we provide tools and resources to help you do your own research and like utilize some of the tools and resources so you can kind of change how you read or change your ideas of things or just like expand and branch your ideas of things or just like take in completely new information. Like there's all sorts of stuff to learn there. I'm just putting that out there. I'm going to keep telling you that, but there is. Cuz I've been working on it for like since 2020. And it's something that's sparking off right now. So we're gonna be getting together, and I'm gonna have some like actual like virtual meetings, some meet and greets. So if you are interested in that, I would definitely would sign up and just reach out to me on any of my social media platforms. The links are down below. For anything, I definitely recommend either like Facebook or Gilded directly. Just add me or just message me on Gilded. My name is Spiritual on there, but my link will be there so you can like literally find all of this information. But if it is something you're interested in or know somebody that would be interested in just kind of putting themselves out there, we have a platform. It is a group that is currently like in its own like privacy, but it is still like a public platform. Just put that out there, but it's an opportunity to express yourself, expand, and just kind of like have an outlet, like a healthy outlet to write and teach and just be yourself, your authentic self. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit at the end. But yeah, share this video so it hits the right people so they can get that information too. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this extremely long video, but it did provide you with a lot, I hope, a lot of insight for the shadow healing that you're doing right now. And I'm very proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself too. Okay, I love you guys. I will be doing some live readings later on twitch.tv. Stay tuned for that as well. Bye.